let's talk about key messages. But first, just a reminder that you can simply lean back and enjoy this module, since you will receive an email summary with everything covered. Key messages are my favorite subject because they are so incredibly useful and important as the foundation for any kind of communication, whether we communicate face-to-face, electronically, through social media, or in some other way. The need for key messages actually has a lot to do with two features of our human mind. First, that we can only hold a small number of ideas in our short-term memory. Let's call this the limited memory situation. Second, that our thoughts and minds tend to easily jump all over the place. Let's call it the monkey mind, which is a great expression Zen Buddhism uses for this. Because of the limited memory situation, we need to know what our most important messages are when we communicate and put an emphasis on them. Because of the monkey mind situation, we as communicators have to take special precautions to stay focused on our key messages. If we don't, it's incredibly easy to go off message and say things that we will later regret. So we have two distinct challenges: finding the right few key messages to fill the preciously limited space in the short-term memories and attention of our audiences, and staying on message. For instance, during a radio interview, but also in how we communicate as teams over the long term. The solution to these two challenges is the so-called Message House method. It's a communications method that's been around for a long time. It's simple, elegant, and highly effective. According to the Message House method, you need just 4 key messages, and they are generated answering these 4 questions. What do we want the audience to do? This is the call to action. What does the audience stand to gain? I call this the utility message. Why does what you're communicating about matter in the larger scheme of things? That's the big picture message. And why will it actually work and not fail? This is the critic's message. So this solves how we generate the right key messages. Now to the solution for staying on message. Once you have your 4 messages, you write them on a sheet of paper inside the outline of a house. Then you stop calling them key messages, and instead you tell your team, this is our message house. Let's stay inside our message house and we will succeed. Or in a somewhat complicated and dicey situation, you might say, let's stay inside our message house and we will be safe. Reframing your key messages as a message house may seem childish or simplistic, but it actually turns them from something abstract into something concrete and visual, and therefore into something that your team will be much more likely to embrace and remember. I've seen it work in team settings again and again. After I started using message houses at Knight Foundation, for instance, suddenly co-workers from all over the organization would begin to more and more frequently request message houses, and they would do so on their own initiative. The imagery of the house was so sticky, it made communication something that many more people in the organization began to care about. And for an organization, that's a very beneficial transformation. Please look for the Message House ebook in your email summary. It's a quick 20-page read, and it will give you lots of Message House examples and more detailed information about the logic and reasoning behind the 4 questions that generate the key messages. It will also give you more information about where and how to apply your key messages. Also, please remember, we are here for you. Simply click the blue help button to share your message house with us or for any other questions related to communications.